But in North Korea, the grains were never that cheap, so I never knew that flour was something people were trying to avoid in the rest of the world. The size in America is pretty huge. Now I don't find them that big, but in the beginning I thought like, you supposed to ask me to eat all of these cookies? Like, yeah, like, do you want more? When I go back to North Korea someday when it's free, I want to just like bring 10 bags of chocolate chip cookies and give them the, taste of America. Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Yeonmi Park. I am a North Korean defector human rights activist. Today in this video, I am going to talk about top 5 American snack that I thought was the best thing ever happened to me, at least. So, number 1, Oreos. I came to America around 2015 and moved to Manhattan in New York. In that Manhattan, I was living in somewhere midtown in a residential building where only women were allowed to live. It was a very unique building. And it was really, compared to New York City price, it was very cheap and I felt like happy living there. And in my room, it was very small, but I had one drawer. And in the one drawer, I just like filled it with the Oreos. Because I love Oreos so much. And even you can see right now, I have this family size pack. I go to Costco and pick this up and like, so I just take this like baby with me everywhere I go, even whenever I travel. I was just eating Oreos and I thought like, back then I didn't have any notion of like sugar is bad for you, maybe processed food is bad for you. And I just thought like, oh, Oreos are so cheap and they're so yummy. Why wouldn't anyone just eat Oreos all day long? Why would they even eat any other food? Salads are so expensive. And I had no clue like how bad it was for me. So I think about a month, I was just eating Oreos all month. And I was like realizing I was keep losing weight and I was getting really just so skinny. And I met some American friends and told them like, I just don't eat food, I just eat Oreos. And they said like, oh, what are you doing? That's like really bad for you. You gotta eat actual food to get nutrition. That has like no nutrition. And they like came and helped me to move all my Oreos from my drawer. And they became like almost like my food watch police. Like, you cannot eat that all the time. But I do like eat in moderation, so now I don't eat all day just Oreos, but like 10 of them, like this baby 10 of them maybe a day, 10 of them a day I think on average. And I don't know, I think it's really great. Because in North Korea, I never even heard what Oreos were. And I think somehow this cookie is so delicious than other things. Anyway, number 2, gummy bears. I don't even know what gummy bears are made of right now, but they gotta be lots of sugar, right? And maybe jelly, what it is. And in North Korea, I did have some snacks because on February 16th, on Kim Jong-il's birthday, and then on April 15th of Kim Il-sung's birthday, the day of the sun, the North Korean regime would give snacks in a plastic bag to children, and because it was all rationed from the government. And that day we go to school and we receive our gift, and then we go to the portrait of Kim's mom and like we bow to them, thank you, like giving us this like snacks, and we would sing these songs like Nothing to Envy. But the thing is that in that sweet plastic bag, what I later heard is that the things they made for the soldiers, the top soldiers, and the things that gone bad is coming to us as children. So the cookies they give us has like just made out some flour, but it's so hard to chew. It's like chewing a brick. You can never break into them. And the candies they made are like really ugly looking, this brownish color. I don't even know what they're fully made out of. So eating this gummy bear are so like chewy and soft and smells good. I was just, yeah, for a while I was also obsessed with my gummy bears. So before I get on the flights, every time I buy like 3-5 bags of gummy bears and just eating on the airplane. And I have done that a while. Nowadays I try my best to stop it a little bit. So number 3, muffins. I love having a breakfast in America because, you know, when I go to breakfast, I can have these muffins, or I like things made out of flour. And in North Korea, not a lot of people eat things with the flour. We eat noodles, but the noodles are a lot of times made out of corn. It's not flour. And somehow flour is very expensive in North Korea. I heard like it's very cheap here, so it's very cheap to make bread or muffins. But in North Korea, you know, the grains were never that cheap, so I never knew that flour was something people were trying to avoid in the rest of the world. But now I'm so okay with eating like flour, anything made of like gluten, I'm fine with it. Whenever I meet people like who is like gluten free, and they say like it's a medical condition, so I get that. But somehow in North Korea, like none of us have any problem with the glutens, thankfully. Number 4, chocolate chip cookies. As I said, when we received these gifts from the regime in North Korea, they have some cookies, but you know, like bricks, never able to chew through, and they give some other other snacks. I can show you guys like photos, but it really doesn't look like anything resembling snacks in America, so I don't even know how to name it. The chocolate chip cookie that I first time tried was when I was in Tyler, Texas, when I was studying Bible in a DTS program. It's called YM Tyler. And there's an American friend, she loved baking, and one day she just baked these cookies with the chocolate chips in it, and just gave me really fresh cookie. Fresh, just baked the cookie. It was really warm too. Gave it to me, and I did not know that huge thing was even cookie. The size in America is pretty huge. Now I don't find them that big, but in the beginning I thought like, you supposed to ask me to eat all of these cookies? Like, yeah, like, do you want more? And I was like, no, thank you. I think it's good. One is enough. And I tried it. It was like everything was just melting in my mouth. And it was just so fresh, and I love chocolate, so it was even better. And like, I would love to learn how to bake chocolate chip cookies, but this is like a one thing that I wanna, when I go back to North Korea someday when it's free, I wanna just like bring 10 bags of chocolate chip cookies and give them the, you know, taste of America, how sweet and warm it is. Thank you, yeah, really chocolate chip cookies like reminds me of America, the country. Because maybe that was a food that I remembered when I came to America. So whenever I smell this, you know, cookie smell, it reminds me of being in America. Last, cheesecake. So when I went to New York, people said New York was known for cheesecake and pizza. I don't know, do you guys agree or not? At least that's what people told me. So they said, you gotta try cheesecake and pizza in New York. I wasn't as much big fan of pizza in New York, honestly. I like somehow Chicago pizza better. I like the deep dish better. But cheesecake was so good. And it was, you know, I love going to Cheesecake Factory in Chicago even. And I get a lot of deliveries from cheesecake factories. And sometimes I just like skip my dinner and just eat a huge cake. I was like, I don't want to like waste my stomach space for any other things. I just want to fill it with all the sweets. Like that's how much I've been loving American sweet. And let me know, you guys, if you have any recommendation for any sweet, sweet ideas. I'm sure there are so many other snacks that I haven't tried. And let me know if you have any questions about North Korean snack. And I look forward to seeing you guys all next time. Bye!